Hey, this is Brian here. Thanks for stopping by to check out my video. This is my 2020 Monster, Ducati Monster 821. I purchased this pre-owned probably at the beginning of September, and I had taken probably about 2 years off of more substantial street bike riding, and I've always been riding for about 40 years, off and on, dirt, street, off-road, motocross, all kinds, everything, all the disciplines of the motorcycles, and I've ridden a ton of motorcycles because of the experience that I have. I've worked at dealerships probably for about 7 years. I worked at Honda, Yamaha, and Ducati actually here in Dallas, downtown. I worked there for a year, so I rode all the bikes. That was part of the job, was riding bikes, moving bikes around, and test riding and doing things like that. So I got tons of experience from 1300, 1600, 1800 gold wings down to 80cc dirt bikes, 85cc dirt bikes, and in between. So I wanted to touch base with you today because this is such an awesome motorcycle, and let me tell you why. In my other previous 5 videos, I may have given off the vibe, there's some bugs, sorry, may have given off the vibe that there were more negatives than positives with this motorcycle, but that's basically because it was just, I was new to the machine, and the bike felt a little awkward, a little heavy, a little top heavy, and it took a little getting used to. Plus, I was worried about falling over or having an accident on it, just because I hadn't been on a bike in a couple of years. And so I got on it. I just wanted to be real careful because it's a Ducati, and crashing one of these things or just falling over would be very, very, very expensive to repair. And I'm a pretty anal person that likes to take care of my bikes that I own and my cars and everything I own. So I just wanted to, kind of ease into this bike. But now that I've had it and I've been riding, I've been having a blast on it. I've been gaining experience like hand over foot, and getting totally back to where I can race around and lean it around the corners, and weave in and out of cars. And it's actually a very, very nimble feeling motorcycle for the size of this bike, and that kind of is a good thing too, because the size and the weight of it, I think it's about 460 pounds, is that it gives you a very planted feeling. But with the Ducati frame and the suspension and the styling that they put into the bike, man, it handles so well. The Brembo brakes are just fantastic. It feels very, very nimble when you gain more experience. But is this bike a beginner bike for a new person or a female? That really just depends on you. But I would say no. I would have at least have a couple of years of experience, with 600 cc motorcycles before I would tell anyone to go try ride one of these and live with one of these. The bike is very mechanical feeling, as I've talked about before. It has a very notchy feeling with the transmission. It shifts beautifully into all the gears and neutral and no problems, and the clutch is smooth. It's not buttery, just sewing machine. I've heard that, I use that term, sewing machine smooth or Rolex smooth, but it does everything really, really well, but it's not the smoothest and easiest riding machine. But with that said, someone's a little more experienced, man, this thing is a blast to own. And I don't know how I can convey, and I don't want to steer people away from it, but I think the vibe is good. I'm really liking this experience. I'm going to have this bike hopefully for years if something doesn't go wrong, and I'm going to fully enjoy this bike. So I just wanted to make a newest video and just show you how much fun I'm having with this machine. It is such a blast to jump on and go ride for a couple hours. I've also taken a couple of trips. I took a 110-mile trip to do a job with my photography equipment on the highway, 75, 80 miles per hour, easy peasy, no big deal. It was pretty enjoyable, minus the the summer heat here, which it's still pretty hot in September, in early October. And then I took about another 70-mile trip, to do some photography with photography gear on my back. and I had a blast on the highway. It's very easy to ride. Put it in urban mode. I think the modes that the electronic modes and aids that this has, it's really good. When I get on the highway, I put it into touring mode, and it just changes the dynamics of the bike and how it runs. It shifts smoother, it takes off easier. And then you've got urban mode when you're riding around the city, like I do, mainly what I do. And I can't remember which one where it lowers the horsepower down to about 75. But I think it's maybe the touring mode. But man, you can just hammer on it, and it doesn't do anything quirky, like a big, the big sport bikes, super sport bikes. You hit on the throttle hard and get really aggressive, and you can get yourself in trouble really fast. This bike is really, really fast. Believe me, it's so much fun. But when you have that power down a little bit, say in the touring mode, you can just hammer it. You're still hauling ass, but you have a lot of security, and it just feels really good because this is a really heavy bike, and it feels so planted. So I just want to make the video, and I don't want to reiterate too much on too much of the same things again. But if you're looking at this bike in 2022, 2023, and you want to buy one used like I did, awesome bike, man, do it. If you can find one that has maintenance records, low miles, or you find someone that's done the maintenance and the 600 mile maintenance, and I think the 19,000 maintenance if you are buying a higher mileage bike, and just get someone that works on their stuff and changes the oil, and man, you should be good to go. These bikes have been around for quite some time, so you're not buying into any new technology or any new motor, so reliability should be good to go. But other than that, thanks for viewing. If you liked my content, just give me a thumbs up to show me you liked it, and click the notification bell if you're seriously considering buying this bike, or you want to buy the bike and you want to see more content so you can see when I make videos and upload them. But other than that, thank you. Have a good day, good night, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right, bye-bye.